Hey there, guys. If you have ever been running late or things haven't gone to plan, you know how much of a challenge it can be to provide regular, engaging enrichment for your companion parrot on a regular basis. So in today's video, I wanted to walk you guys through 3 different toys, each of which can be made in under a minute. So if that's something you guys want to see, you want to make sure to stick around, because that's coming up right after this. Hey there, guys. This is Jack over at Hi Red Bird, where I am tirelessly working to find new ways to make the keeping of exotic animals and pets more exciting, more affordable, and ultimately more enjoyable. Now, as an animal caretaker, I know how important it is to provide quality, engaging enrichment for your animals, but I also have to address the fact that as a human being, sometimes things don't go well in the morning. Trying to get out the door, get everything done, pack a lunch, have everything ready to go for you. Sometimes providing a new toy or a new source of enrichment for your animals can be a little bit of an afterthought. But by having a handful of things that you know you can make in a really, really quick time that aren't going to be expensive, they aren't going to be difficult, but they will provide an engaging opportunity for your birds, you are going to be better suited for those days. There is no reason why your animals cannot get brand new engaging enrichment opportunities every single day. And paying attention to a couple of these easy, simple things will probably help you out on those days. So let's go ahead and just jump into making some of these toys. Now, this first toy is going to be a pretty straightforward foot toy. It's also a shreddable toy. We're going to be using some finger traps, some tongue depressors, and some sort of treat. Here I'm using some slivered almonds and some chopped up walnuts. Now, this toy is really, really simple and uses the fact that you can contract the finger trap and then press it back out and it'll hold whatever is inside of it. So you can do that with that tongue depressor, but I like to push the finger trap together, put the tongue depressor inside, and then put some treats. So here we'll do some slivered almonds on this one, and we'll go ahead, push them so they're inside that finger trap. Flatten it out so it spreads and it holds tight onto those treats. And as you guys can see, in under a minute, we're actually building several of these. So if you have multiple birds, you can get a foot toy done for each and every one of your birds in under a minute. Here I'm doing it with some walnuts, and you can see one of them went inside and one of them is still right on the edge, which actually might be a good option for a bird who isn't as comfortable with this type of toy because they can see it's a little bit exciting. Now here we've got Marshmallow, who is getting it, and he immediately found where the nuts were hidden inside the foot toy. He did get a little distracted by the camera and the lighting setup, so we were a little bit more interesting, but he learned how to do that pretty well. The next thing we're going to make is what I call a foraging donut. For this, you're going to need a brown paper bag, some shredded paper that is bird safe, some fun little things that you can add in. So here I've got some little leather rings that a bird can play with, some slivered almonds, those walnuts, wooden beads would be a good option as well. You're going to go ahead, cut off the bottom of that brown paper bag. Now you can save that and use that as a shreddable toy for your birds later. But just invert half of the bag, fold it in on itself so that it creates an open space in the center, but all around you will have places where you can put things. And that's where we're going to put the shredded paper, the little favorite foot toys. If you wanted to make this even more exciting, the foot toy that we just made using the finger trap and tongue depressor could fit in here as well. But I'm just going to do some shredded paper, a couple of those small leather rings, a couple of small treats, so some walnuts, some slivered almonds here. And then you're just going to go ahead and fold it shut on itself. So at the end, it ends up looking like a donut. Now this here is a great toy that can be used a couple of different ways. Depending on the size of your bird, they can use it as a foot toy. So here you can see Marshmallow is working to get a good grip on it, but once he had it, he made it very clear that this was going to be his toy. You can see him reach out using his foot, working his way around the sides of it. Now, if you have a smaller bird, something like a conure, they probably wouldn't be able to use a toy like this as a foot toy. Luckily, I've already started working on object retrieval with Marshmallow, so when I ask him to give it, he does drop it for me. I wanted to show that you can hang this toy on a perch or something like that, but Marshmallow disagreed. For a bird his size, it should definitely be a foot toy, so use it as what works for your bird. For this final toy, we're going to use a skewer. That's going to be a very, very good way to make a toy quickly. I've got some paper condiment cups, some shredded paper, some slivered almonds and walnuts. Now I'm going to use a pair of scissors, and I'm just going to punch a hole into the bottom of those condiment cups. You can do that quickly, but you want to make sure you do it safely, because if you have to throw a trip to the emergency room into your toy making timekeeping, they're not going to be done in under a minute. Now with those cups, what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread them onto this skewer. I'm going to fill each and every one of them with a little bit of the shredded paper, maybe some of the treats, but they don't all have to be filled the same way. Maybe some of them don't have any shredded paper. Maybe some of them don't have any treats. Remember, it is going to be enriching for your bird if they're having to think about it, if they're having to work for it. And if there is something different hidden in each and every cup, it is going to make it a little bit more mentally stimulating. Now, of course, you can do as many of these as you want, and a fun thing to do might just be to see how many you can get in under a minute, and then try to beat that record. So then it's enriching for you as well. But you can then give this toy to your bird. They can be engaged by the food items that are inside of it. It can be a shreddable opportunity. Most birds love making an absolute disaster of a mess using the shredded paper. So there are a lot of different ways that your birds can interact with each and every one of these pieces of enrichment. So I certainly hope you guys enjoyed this video. If it helped you out, give this video a like, subscribe to the Hi Redbird YouTube channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment for Marshmallow. This is his first video that he did for me, and I think he did a phenomenal job. With all that being said, I look forward to seeing you guys next time. I do need to say a special thank you to my patrons on Patreon. By signing up to support this channel, they help me make more tutorials and videos showcasing animal care possible. If you'd like to find out more about subscribing to my Patreon, you can find the link in the description section down below. Thanks so much.